welcome. This is another episode of Ask NMC. I'm Nicole Christopherson with NMC Realty Group at eXp Luxury, and I have April, one of my team members, here with me today, and we're going to be talking about
assessed value and how that affects your property taxes.
We are here in Austin, in Travis County, which is where we're going to hyper-focus today's topic on. And I've been educating my neighbors and friends and peers about the importance of protesting your assessed value with the tax assessor's office every year, regardless of being homesteaded or not. We just did a little homework exercise, and April's gonna let you know what she learned as a homeowner since 2018 in her current residence.
Yeah, we moved here in 2018, and my gosh, just looking over the last 4 years, we have almost doubled our net assessed value. So just in the last year alone, it went up $170,000.
Well, now the key factor here is that she's homesteaded because it's her primary residence, which means that she's only paying taxes on what her value was when she had that homestead exemption placed on her parcel. But since that homestead, your assessed value has more than doubled.
Yes.
So she's not being taxed on that. So that's the key factor I want everybody to pay attention to, because how does your assessed value on your property tax bill affect your neighbors and affect the community? We're trying to shelter and help our communities maintain integrity, and for resale value, if the assessed values of your home are going up to that factor, they're going to be used as comparables. And so protecting it is going to therefore help your neighbors and just help the community in general.
Absolutely. And interestingly enough, I was hosting an open house this weekend, and a couple had come in from New York, and they weren't even aware of homestead exemption. That again is another key point that we can talk about.
Yeah, so it's some factors that we've looked at with our investors as well. So for our investors going to buy a property that does not have an existing homestead, they're therefore assuming that assessed value that's appreciated dramatically over the last few years, and they're gonna have to take that into consideration, for their monthly, return on their investment and such. So when I say protecting the neighborhood's assessed value, it's not that we don't want our property values to go up. We just don't want the assessors placing those values on the property year after year after year when you're sitting there maintaining your property and stuff. It's different in other states. In California, for example, our property tax rate is based on the purchase price of our home. So it stays constant over time, right? Sure. You might have some Mello-Roos taxes or different things for newer communities that are bonds that are on for usually 20 or 30 years. But, Homestead protects it, purchase on what your assessed value is at time of purchase, not your purchase price.
That's correct.
So you're able to shelter a little bit of maybe tax savings is what I would call it. We're not trying to trick the assessor's office, right? We're trying to protect the integrity of the community because it prices out homeowners because the assessed value might be higher than the current market value. You're playing with a lot of different factors, and it takes a lot of work. So when I first met April a little over a year ago, I was educating her about what I was doing for my personal properties that we own.
Yeah, my gosh, you guys had got slammed with a heck of a tax bill, and interestingly enough, we had started talking about it, and I think you were quite successful, were you not?
Yeah, so we owned 3 properties in the Austin area, and all 3 of them had assessed values that went up significantly during our first home year of ownership. And so I made a point to go and protest our assessed value on every single one of them. More for an experience for me, but I had spoken to somebody in years past saying that it's something, a due diligence that a homeowner should do every year. So I took the liberty of having that experience independent of hiring somebody to help me, because there are third-party services that help you. I did the research, I submitted the documents, which this year in 2023, your date to file your property value protest is May 15th. So you better get that documentation in really quickly. I believe they send out your notice of your appraised value, which is what the assessor's office is gonna say the market value for selling your house is as of January 1st this year. So they compile that, they put it into a neat little document for you. They show you what your assessed value is this year and what your market value, which they call market value, and then you look at how much that's appreciated over what your homestead is at or what you have it capped at. There's other exemptions other than homestead, but we're gonna use homestead right now because it kind of applies to us. So before May 15th and before May 16th last year, I went in and protested my assessed value. They then do some documentation, sent me some documents, and gave me their report. So they then provide a detailed report of how they came up with that assessed value. So I reviewed that. I went to my resources, which is obviously the MLS, and then obviously being the homeowner, I know the different amenities and features and updates and or factors pertaining to the value of my properties. And so I put together my own report and submitted it to them. Then they gave me a date where I chose to appear in person. I highly suggest appearing in person. You have a mediator, you have the assessor's office, usually remote, and then you have 2 other parties who listen to the case and look at the facts and help you determine what your argument is and what the assessor's decision is. So there's a little bit of back and forth throughout the process, but I think it's really helpful for each homeowner to do this, because when you go to sell your home, that assessed value is going to impact the next buyer, technically, because it's staying there traditionally. You can protest your value to bring it down, just like the assessor's office is protesting you and assessing it to bring it up. If the market changes, you can then go and protest your assessed value down as well. It goes both ways. You're just trying to protect the integrity of your property on what you purchased and not have it get too out of control. But I think that taking the time to go in and help our clients determine the necessity of this is going to be part of our exclusive representation for every single one of our clients. It doesn't matter what the value of your home is. Your property is going to be reassessed every year by whatever county you're in. Their tax office is going to reassess your home every year. Understanding your right as a homeowner to protect that for yourself and for your community is, I think it's a due diligence.
Absolutely. And I think that that's one great thing you're going to find about us and our team is that we are equipped to get the information for you if you don't know where to find it. We'll direct you, walk you through step by step what needs to happen. But we want to empower you as the homeowner to be as knowledgeable as possible on all parts of the transaction.
And it's just a due diligence. The dates are going to fluctuate a little bit each year on when you're going to get your assessed value in the mail and when you're going to need to file by and when you need to pay obviously we all know you have to pay your property taxes by the end of January if you don't have them impounded into your mortgage payments. But at the end of the day, being informed and being an advocate for property values is what you should be doing as a homeowner, but what we're here to help you with as well. NMC Realty Group will definitely help any one of our clients, neighbors, friends know this process, understand it, not miss any of those dates. And it's just a service that we're going to provide because I think it's something that people have not been informed about. And it is quite intimidating getting their mail and reading their reports and stuff and knowing what to do, but do not fret. You have a duty, a due diligence, a responsibility as a homeowner to try to understand these and we will help you. So don't hesitate to reach out to anybody on our team or here on the channel if you want to message us. We're NMC Realty Group. We provide exclusive representation, not just in Texas and California as well. And we'd be happy to answer any questions you have and help guide you in this process. Thank you. I'm so glad you've continued to learn more about your property taxes.
Every day is a day for education, so I love it.
We're super honest here. We'll always share our experience and send us your questions and stay connected with us at info@nmcrealty.com if you'd like to email us or subscribe to our channel here or follow any of our other social media channels. Thank you so much for joining me, April.
Thanks, Nicole.